everybody. Uh, it's only noon, and I've already had a blood test today, so I'm grumpy. Meh, grumpy cat. Uh, but on the plus side, I sent the I sent chapter 1 to my supervisor, so that bit's done. So I'm working on chapter 2, which is a whole extra basket of nope, but it's shorter than chapter 1, and I have already done a fair amount on it in the background, so at least it's not tables. At least this is not tables. And it looks like we have a Persephone. Sorry, I am lagging badly still. I'm gonna have to experiment with a different browser, I think, because Chrome just seems to be opening like a zillion extra processes, which is sucking up all of my CPU. Hello. Thank you for the sympathy. I am just whining a bit. The particular vampire that I visited was actually pretty skilled in her trade, and so it didn't hurt much, and I didn't freak out too badly. I think going to hospital and getting a lot of needles that time did actually help a little bit. I have very small, tiny little veins. They are quite difficult to find. So basically, unless I get one of those people who actually pokes veins for a living, other medical professionals tend to spend a very long time poking me and then poke me in the wrong place a couple of times first. So I'm understandably probably a little bit hesitant about needles. But it's a part of life, and a particular life situation that I am in, this is a part of my life that comes up fairly frequently. Yay. Happy Trans Day of Visibility, by the way. Yeah, it just goes to show you, a lot of things people are willing to put up with to deal with gender dysphoria, and one of the minor ones is introducing a shit ton more needles into your life. Shorter is good, and is good progress. Yeah, yep. Progress is good. Any progress is good. Ugh, nearly there. I'm so done with all of this, but we're nearly there. And Persephone has the same problem. Last time I was in hospital, it took 8 attempts to get it all working. Yeah, I've had that kind of experience. Never had 8. That's real bad. I had my worst was three practitioners taking 7 attempts to put in a cannula. Yeah, that was unfortunate. And then because they're tiny, or possibly it's just the name of the game because of the amount of antibiotics I was getting. But yeah, I had to have the cannula replaced twice during my stay. That was unpleasant. Yeah, hopefully that is not an experience I'll have to repeat. But anyway, you, you take what you get and you deal with it. Sometimes it's all you have to do. Anyway, speaking of dealing with it, I think it's probably time to start dealing with our writing for the day. Gonna start as per usual with the 10-minute sprint. Oh yeah, ER doctors. Yeah, ER doctors in general tend not to be the best at this because they have very general training. So they have to be able to do an awful lot of things. So they don't tend to do it as well as people who specialize in it because narrower range of expertise, you get better at it. Who knew? Um, except anaesthetists, because it is big enough part of their job that they do it all the damn time. The one who finally got me was with the 7th attempt on the cannula was an anaesthetist. Um, but yeah, the funny enough, the one of the first time I got a cannula on that trip, a nurse in ER managed to get mine first time, no, second time off. She did do it by punching the hell out of my hand first. So, brute force and ignorance a little bit, but it did work, in fairness. Though it did also collapse within 24 hours, so. Anyway, I'm letting myself become distracted, which I should not do. I am going to put up a timer. There we go. 10-minute timer. 3, 2, 1, and sprint. Hello. Okay, welcome back. I pretty much just got myself set up that sprint, which is fine because that's what that sprint is for. It looks like there's some chat. Glorious time zones, friends, says Christina. Glorious time zone, wherever you are, Christina. I think, good morning, Christina. My quest for the day is to finish my shift, go home, and snuggle my animals until my family wakes up. After that, the only mission is a trip to Snoozeville. That sounds good to me. I hope that we can keep you company through the end of your shift. Saying hi, it's been a while. But I'm actually awake at this hour now, so I can make more streams. Yes! Hooray, huzzah! Other words to celebration, joy, excitement. Oh, that sounds really cool. I am always happy to see you here. Is Dickory D an exclamation? I guess it mostly matters how you say it, right? Because that's how I'm feeling right now. Dickory D! Yeah, that sounds kind of satisfying to say. And you know what? If Shakespeare can make up words, so can you. Words always have to get made up by someone. So if it's not a word, it is now. You know what? It's not just a word. It's going to be a banner too. Yeah? Come on. Do the thing. Yes! There we go. See? It's an official word now. That's how words happen. Well, we write them on the banner. It's 4:30 a.m. here in the Western US. Oh, ouch. Ouch. Night shift? I'm always happy to hear and see you. You have fantastic energy. Oh, that's really sweet. Persephone says, ouch, 4:30 a.m. You were brave. 4:30. I've always found 4:30 more acceptable from the other side, from where it's the end of a shift, rather than when it's when you're starting your day. I can't get started at that time. Well, Dickory D. It's been established. Persephone, not sure brave is a word. Foolish, maybe? I mean, brave and foolish, they're very similar. A lot of the differences are in the eye of the beholder, or whether the card is coming up as a reversal. The leap of faith into the unknown can also be face planting at the bottom of a cliff real easy. But it sounds like you're doing okay. You're awake. You're up. You're getting paid to be awake. Yes, that's the way to do it. Not just staying up all night and not getting paid to do it like I do. Night shift is awesome. Night shift is awesome because you can usually get shit done that you can't get done during the day, which is good. And even if it throws off your sleep a little bit, it does mean that you are like awake and about not in work during the afternoons usually, and that means that you end up with like much more opportunities to do things that get shut during the hours you're not at work, which is always struck me as annoying. That why everybody works at the same time, so stuff that we need is closed when we're not at work. What's with that? just checking. There was a ring at the door downstairs, and yeah, just want to make sure somebody got it, and they did, which is good. Persephone says, I do enjoy 4 a.m. gin fuel chats with friends that go on till 4:30. Yeah. Those are fun. Now, if we could figure out a way to get paid for that, sounds glorious. It is. It is absolutely glorious. I can't wait to do that again. At the moment, I have pretty much zero social life, but once I am done with this thesis, I may run amok, go out and do something wild. Christina says, oh yeah, definitely have to have some form of caffeine first night of the week. Sleep schedule is fudged. Yeah, legit. Yes! Monetize drunk chats. Oh, I figured out how to do it. I mean, it would take you need somebody, you need someone involved who has enough subs on Twitch or YouTube to get monetized. And then you do a live stream where you play games and get drunk and try and get people to pay you for your drunken antics while you drink gin and probably do really badly. I reckon if you fired up something like infamously hard, like Dark Souls or something, and just like died repeatedly while just getting increasingly drunk and laughing at everything, I think people would watch that. I mean, writing's yes. Wildness will happen. But yeah, writing streams would be harder to monetize that way. Though I mean, if I was not a tiny channel that's not going to get monetized anyway, I could imagine like writing something and taking suggestions from the chat while getting increasingly drunk and then posting it somewhere afterwards for everybody's viewing pleasure with no editing, so you can see how bad the spelling got towards the end. That could be funny. Drunk Dark Souls sounds fantastic. Yeah. I was thinking, I think that I will at some point do some gaming streaming once I'm finished with this and I'm allowed to have fun again. Actually, I took the thumbnail from a game for this stream from a game I haven't played, but I really like the soundtrack of, and I don't think my computer will currently run it because my computer is a bit of a hunk of junk. But Alan Wake, I think, could be really entertaining. I think a lot of people here would like it because it is a horror story about a writer with kind of, it's not, there's, from what I've heard, there's some ambiguity about how much of it is he's going a bit cracked and how much of it is like monsters escaping the book. And the soundtrack is amazing, and there's lots of sort of scary gameplay and playing with light and stuff and fun narrative shenanigans. I suspect that would be less fun for like a getting drunk kind of a stream, but more of a watch me swear at everything while terrifiedly waving a torch at things, because I haven't played it before. So you would get the general reaction. Drunk writing, maybe. Mine would be very Chuck Tingle-esque. Lots of butts. I would pay to nominate hilarious themes for something like that. That would be hilarious. You can post it on AO3 afterwards. AO3 are fine with butts. Okay. Before we get too far into the subject of butts, I'm going to put on another stream, another sprint, and we're going to do that because I still need to get this done. I don't get to do any of these fun things unless I get this thing done. So, thing happening, done, yes. I did not sleep much last night, can you tell? All right. I will see you guys again in 25 minutes. Just gonna grab the timer. In 3, 2, 1. Sorry, folks. I was halfway through saving something there and it wouldn't let me do anything for a second. Hi, everybody. Welcome back. Looks like we've got some more people in the chat. Hello. And it's frozen. And I'm back. Yay. Okay. So we have. Yay, a sprint. Good to see some enthusiasm there, Christina. We've got a Hayden. Hello. Welcome to the stream. Overslept. Fair. Happens to us all sometimes. Saying hello. This is good. And Casey is here too. Hello, Casey. Good morning. I'm out of coffee and that makes me sad. Oh no. That is a tragedy. No coffee? Work with no coffee. Rubbish. Can you obtain coffee? Is it possible where you live to get someone to bring you coffee? With a DoorDash or Uber Eats or something like that, because that's a true emergency you've got on your hands there. Or is it possible to skive off work for half an hour to nip out and stock your supplies? We won't tell anyone. I have caffeine, not coffee, but I do have caffeine, which is good. It is mango flavored. I like mango. Oh no. Headache too? Oh, rubbish. I got nothing. I wish I could give you caffeine and paracetamol through the screen. But unfortunately, technology has not advanced to that level yet. So I just hope that you're able to get what you need to look after yourself there. Oh no, I live out in the middle of nowhere, so no delivery. Nearest store won't open for another hour. Oh, that's rubbish. Oh, I'm so sorry. I hope that we can at least distract you from your under caffeinated headachy situation with our general silliness. So far, we've seen the coining of a new word. Maybe I can get the thing to disappear for long enough to show you. Dickory-dee is the word of the day. Is Christina's word, and I didn't come up with it. So far, we have been coming up with ways to get paid to stay up till 4 a.m. drinking gin and talking crap, and we have decided that streaming is definitely the way to go. Drunk Dark Souls has been mooted as an idea. Oh wait, Hope. I forgot about our county store. They're open and have coffee grounds. I will be right back. Yes, go forth. Get the coffee. You have a quest, a mighty quest. And hopefully that will also help with your headache. Caffeine can sometimes. It certainly speeds up absorption of other things, which can be helpful. Unless you are the sort of person who gets headaches from coffee, which, that would suck. So, how did people do that sprint? I did not get any words written. I am very much in the space of reading myself in, making bullet pointy lists of things I need to do, which I'm not word counting because I'm doing it on paper. Um, and just doing a quick check that nobody has published anything really super relevant in the last, couple of months since I last looked at this. And there were a couple of things, but not what I'm intending to publish, so it's fine. that actually happened earlier, like 3 projects ago. I was just starting. I'd got my ethical approval. I was going around trying to find participants, and somebody told me that the reason why I was having trouble recruiting participants, or even places that would allow me access to participants, was that somebody else was doing the same study already and was nearly finished. So I talked to the guy briefly, and it was like, no harm, no foul. I didn't know, he didn't know. But yeah, I wasn't going to be able to do it, certainly not in the same geographical area. And I had to abandon that and start all over again. I have had to start all over again way too many times during this project, or these projects. Uh, Occasionally, I feel like there was some sort of curse involved, but I can't remember pissing off any witches. All the witches I know, I'm on really good terms with. So, yeah. But this should be. I'm okay with this one. I just need to rewrite some bits, clean up some formatting, and submit. But it's just going to take a bit of careful editing. That's what I need to do now. How did other people do? Did you write words? Did you put on pants? Did anything exciting happen? Is coffee happening where you are? Please do tell me. I always like hearing more about your lives. Happy Trans Day of Visibility. If I'm extra visible for anyone today, that's probably why. This is an addition to anybody's day, because look at me. I'm glorious. I should be visible all the time. But yeah, that's about where I'm at. I don't have. It's a tricky part of the process, because I don't actually have anything interesting to talk about. It's all just, oh god, make list of changes needed, work through list of changes, read more things, stare into the void, try not to crack too much. So it's not necessarily. I don't know. Maybe if I did narrate all of that out loud, it would be interesting. Possibly just worrying. Okay. Let's sprint again. I think it's probably time to sprint again, because otherwise you are just going to get my stream of consciousness, and I don't think I want to actually subject anyone else to it. Bad enough I have to listen to it. All right. Gonna do another 25 minutes. 3, 2, 1. Hello, everybody. And it looks like we have a success in the chat. Coffee has been acquired and is brewing. Excellent. Excellent. The day has been saved. Huzzah and hickory-dee. Christina is rejoicing and doing end of shift chores, even though I'm here for another 2 hours. Ooh. Well, I mean, if there's nothing else to do, then you may as well get it all done. It means that you'll probably be quicker out the door once your shift does come to an end. Casey says, glad to see I'm not the only one currently on the clock. Oh, that's good. That's good. I'm glad that I am able to provide you with a little entertainment during your work day or your work night, as the case may be. It is currently the afternoon in my part of the world, so I should be awake. I just didn't sleep much last night. But I have friends. I have energy drinks. I have the StreamYard duck. I'll get through it somehow. So, sounds like Casey and Christina have both been very productive that sprint. One has coffee, the other one has some chores done. Has anybody else done some interesting things during the sprint? Whether that be words or breakfast. How is my thesis going? I gave a chapter of it over to my supervisor last night. So there's that bit sort of out of the way. I'm looking at chapter 2 now, which is the one that needs a lot less work, but it still needs some work. So I am currently kind of reading my way through it, deciding which bits I'm going to change and in which order. I only have a few things left to do for the month for work, so I might open my docs later. Awesome. End of month chores. In your case, that is good. Hopefully you can get all of those things polished off. What I was doing last sprint was pretty much reading through my introduction and trying to figure out how I'm going to reshape it to their specifications. I've had to cut out a lot of stuff in terms of the analyses I actually did. Basically, I did something about twice as complicated as I needed to. So my approach to this is going to be cut it in half. So I've cut out. Okay, so I will explain. This is interestingly enough, this is my problem with any sort of at least academic writing I do, is that I am able to explain something in a sentence or in 10,000 words, but getting it into something that is anything between no detail and all the detail ever is a thing I find difficult. Just suddenly, like, all the things, which one's irrelevant? I don't know. I've been staring at this too long. So, what it is there was a study, that was not my study, it was back in 2015, that basically looked at the sleeping patterns, the sleeping problems of 9-month-old babies and used fancy statistics to cluster them together into 4 groups. 2 of them had kind of better sleep patterns and 2 of them were not doing so well, but they were doing badly in different ways. Yeah. So they were part of a big national study that was looking at uh, a whole bunch of babies that were born in a particular year, 2008. So what I did was I went back to the data and I found the babies that had been clustered into these groups in the data, and I looked at whether they had sleep problems when their parents did the questionnaires again when the babies were 3 years old, and then when they were 5, and also looked at whether some of the things that people worry about with children's sleep problems happened for them. Were any of these clusters an early indication of developmental problems? Were these kids having problems when they were going to school? Were they having emotional problems? Were their parents having mental health problems? Because those are all things that people kind of, sort of research-wise, have been sort of suggesting might be linked in either as a cause or an effect where kids' sleep problems are concerned. And then what I did was I clustered the data using their sleep information for all 3 time points, basically to see whether there, with all of the information we had, we could identify a group that were particularly at risk for any poor outcomes. Now, instead of doing all of that in one paper, I'm just going to do the first part. So just where I'm looking at what happened to the kids from those clusters, from the first set that were made at 9 months. And generally what I've come out as saying is, no, not really. 9 months old, there are a lot of kids with sleep problems. But by the time they hit 3, most of them are fine. And by the time they hit 5, almost all of them are fine. And the kids who have sleep problems at 5 are not the same kids that have sleep problems at 9 months old. There really doesn't seem to be a lot of long-term knock-on effects. It's just really difficult to deal with at the time. So that's kind of what I'm focusing on, which means I kind of got to refocus the introduction a little bit to talk a bit more about early identification of problems as opposed to child sleep problems in general, because it's got to be more specific to that part of the paper. Got Savvy and RK are having Brianna Jewell on their show today. I adore her, so I'm going to hop out at the top of the hour. Have a great stream. Oh, awesome. That sounds really cool. I love Brianna Jewell, and Savvy and RK are awesome. So, legit. I actually need to head out. So, I'm probably not going to do a super long stream today. I may do a pop-up tomorrow, because I've got a lot to do. Maybe not tomorrow, maybe Saturday, because I've got other things tomorrow, but this weekend's going to be busy for me. Degree D. Holy mac and cheese, I'm like 4.5 minutes behind. Yeah, sometimes that happens. Accidentally pause the stream. It happens. You catch up. Be cool. Uh, got myself dressed for a hair appointment later. It was in PJs still because working from home. Legit. Legit. I mean, if you're like wearing real pants while you're working from home, I don't understand. Why? Why would you do that to yourself? Casey says, I need to get my hair done so bad. It's getting way too long for my liking. Yeah. It's it's a necessity. My hair is growing like I don't know what. I'm gonna have to give it a clip, I think. I would like to go to a barber, but moment busy and broke, not adding up to going to the barber very often. Anyway, so as I was saying, I need to go and run some errands and stuff. I am probably going to reappear at some point over the weekend, so keep an eye out for a pop-up stream. But I think that doing a long one today isn't the way to go. I will probably do one more sprint though. I think that'll bring us up to just over the 2 hour mark, and that sounds good to me. And will probably work with the amount of time the duck gives me. Casey says, I don't go very often, especially now that I'm blonde. I can go longer without doing my hair, and I've done since September. Oh, cool. Yeah, my last trip to the barber was just before Christmas, though I've cut it a couple times myself in the interim because otherwise it ends up in my eyes really quick. But yeah, I'm due for another one, I think. Okay. I think it is about time to do that one last sprint. So I'm going to do that. Everybody stretch, everybody save. Fingers on your keyboards and all that jazz. 3, 2, 1, sprint. Hello, everybody. Welcome back from that, which was our last sprint of the day. Where are we? Casey. Back to the subject of hair. I was wanting to get done next month or so, but money will be tight because of Hub's birthday on May 1st, so probably won't be able to get it done until the end of May or June. Stephanie's saying it's been ages for me, and there's been all sorts of pandemic experiments to deal with. Lol. Yeah, I got all of mine out in 2020. I went like rainbowy and then green. There were a couple of stages of the hair, and then I dyed it red because I had to look respectable briefly, and then I grew it all back out, so it's now my natural color again. Once I have a job that I don't have to worry about interviews anymore. So long as they are not averse to it, I will probably do some weird shit with my hair again. I miss doing weird shit with my hair. Casey's saying, can't believe it's April, and neither can I. It's really flown since Christmas. It's expensive here in Dallas-Fort Worth, so I don't get it done as often as I'd like. When I was in college and lived back home, it's much cheaper, and I get it done almost every month. Yeah. Being far away from places often means that things can get more expensive. Don't have else was working. Don't have bills to pay since I still live with my mom. Wasn't a big deal to color my hair once every month or so. Yeah, bills, adult stuff. Ugh, getting in the way of the fun things like hair. Okie dokie artichoke, says Christina. I'm out of here. Have a great rest of whatever time of day it is for you, friends. Bye. Bye. Have a great rest of your day. Say goodbye. Casey says I did nothing productive. That's all right. That's all right. Sometimes it's like that. Some sprints are diamonds and some sprints are stones. My work tasks won't take me long, so the procrastination is strong. But once you have all the work tasks done, you can chill and do something else guilt-free. I know it doesn't always work like that. It doesn't always help, but it's a thought. Anyway, I have things that I must do far from my computer, so I will have to love you all and leave you. Do watch out for a pop-up coming over the weekend sometime. It will probably be on Devon's list because Devon knows everything. If you're looking for more sprints now, do watch down below. There are Devon's lists are there. And there will be somebody else who's coming on who will help you get through your next stage, your procrastination struggles. If you have liked this stream at any time, do press the button, say that you liked it, all of those things. Subscribe if you haven't. That will help other people find us and join our Dickory Doo Dah Day fun times. Casey says, I just bought my hub's birthday gifts and they should both be here by the end of the weekend / beginning of next week. That sounds more productive than you claim to be. And saying bye. Hope you have a great rest of your day. I hope the rest of your day is great too, Casey. And Persephone, if you're still around, I hope that your haircut is everything you hope for. till I appear again, whenever that may be. See you later, friends. Bye bye.